structure of your own.
Go ahead. Tell me about yourself.
So I think the first thing to say is this is not a one-off. I'm looking to have regular lessons. Maybe we'll start once a week and see how we work, and then maybe go on to twice a week.
Yep.
So that's the first thing. And the second thing I think is just like so I have been playing League on and off, and I've always been hard stuck silver. So one of the reasons is because I don't play enough games. So I think that's a big thing. I'm quite like particular about how many games I play, so that's really not very good. Because you have to grind a fair few games sometimes. And then I
Okay.
think the second big thing I think is just like so I have a lot of league knowledge. I like to think that I know quite a lot because I follow esports quite a lot,
Okay, that's
very
good.
very closely.
Yeah.
So I watch a lot of top players play. So sometimes I still don't understand why they do certain things, but I've had coaching in the past, but just one-offs. So I feel like I know a lot.
Okay.
But I think that my problem is in the application slash execution, right? So like if I
Okay.
know something, just because I know it doesn't mean I can do it.
Okay.
And sometimes I just don't know enough. So I'm a mid laner,
Yeah.
as you can see on my op.gg. I I play a lot of Echo. I like Echo, but I feel like there are certain matchups. Like I'm very confident in my mechanics of Echo, but I feel like there are certain champions which make me not choose Echo, and then I default onto like other mid laners, which I can play all the mid laners, but I can only play Echo very well into any matchup. So it's kind of this like problem with consistency and sometimes problem with like confidence as well.
Yeah.
Um, I really love Echo, but I think Echo really struggles sometimes if there's a fat Nasus. Oh my god, if there's a fat Tom Kench, if there's a fat Darius, like you have to space so well,
Yeah.
even with the movement speed and even with Zhonya's, even with ult, it's just sometimes not enough. Or if it's like a fed Ezreal and it's like you're not an instant stun, right? Like
Yeah.
it's quite hard to line the W up and no, yeah. So and also it's just sometimes not being consistent. But yeah, you'll see. I mean, I'll let you take it from there, but you kind of get the idea of where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
Um, so that's the first one, and then I think the second one is just like I would like to get better at having a different play style. So like one thing that I really struggle is like when I play Ari into Lux, like it's really hard to like close the gap. Yeah, and if I'm like playing a control mage, so like Victor into Talon, Annie into Akali, like it's just learning how to play the other side of it, not just necessarily like assassin, assassin, assassin. But yeah, yeah, it's a
Yeah.
lot to learn, but um,
So,
yeah, yeah.
to begin with, the you said you played other games.
Other games is in like what?
Like, I thought you said you played like other games apart from League, so you're not only focusing on
Oh,
League, or
oh no, no, no! I spent like gosh, I spent like a good 6 hours on League a day. I only play
okay,
League.
okay,
I
okay.
mean,
Yeah, that's
when I
good.
say other games, I mean like I don't know, like Lego Star Wars,
Oh,
No
okay. Oh,
Man's
yeah, yeah,
Sky.
yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. It's fine. It's fine.
I'm not really a Valorant grinder either. No, I don't do that. One is enough. One is enough.
Okay. So the first thing I always I think is really important. That is specializing. So
Yeah,
I want you to not only specialize on a champion, but also specialize on league. Like you need to commit to league, playing league, and it looks like you're doing that. But you also need to commit to playing one champion, or two, or three, and one role.
yeah,
And the reason you want to do that is because you want to keep the variables constant as much as you can, because there's so
yeah,
many variables in league, so you don't want to just switch everything up all the time. Shared my screen. I hope you can see.
yeah. I can see it. Yeah, yeah. I think you may have to update it. I think I played a few games today.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah, I like that you're playing. You have 100 games though. That's fairly low for this season, I guess. Do you have other accounts? Or just
No, I only started playing like 2 weeks, three
okay?
weeks ago.
That's fine.
So
That's fine.
yeah, I play on and off, but I want to get serious.
Yeah, I like that.
But yeah, but Echo is by
Okay.
far my, I'm very confident in my Echo, but sometimes, like I say,
Yeah,
it's
I like that. I like that. I think Annie is good too. Specifically, considering your rank, I think she's the reason is she's so easy. There's no skill shots, so you don't get mentally overwhelmed and you can think about the game like holistically instead of just being super confused about piloting the champion.
Yeah, I'll tell you why I play Annie. By the way, it's a very simple reason. It's because so what happens in most of my ranked games is sometimes I get carried away. So I always find that the mid laner that just farms, focuses on your CS, and lets the other opponent go like over aggressive wins. And sometimes when I'm Echo,
Yes.
I feel like I have to try, right? And then I fall, and then like some idiot playing Vega who clearly can't, has no
Yes.
fingers, beats me, right? Like, and then you think to yourself, right, it's my over aggression here. So I force myself to play Annie to kind of like stop that sometimes because you can't,
Yes.
like, there's no flashy plays with Annie. You
Yeah,
just
I
farm,
like
dude.
that a lot.
Like,
It's called
yeah,
it's called the loser's game,
exactly.
and it's
Yeah,
very good in low elo.
it sucks, but sometimes you have to do it.
It, I think I think you should focus primarily on it, honestly,
Yeah,
because in this range people are blundering all the time. Like there's so many mistakes.
yeah,
So the funny thing about this elo range is that if you just stop and you try to minimize your mistakes, like you literally don't care about interacting, you just care about minimizing your mistakes,
yeah.
people will just they will just lose. They will defeat, they will hang themselves.
Yeah,
Like if you just minimize your mistakes, eventually you're just so strong because the enemy mid laner just took some weird goofy roam and then he lost like 3 waves and then he maybe he got a kill but he died for it and you just stayed in lane and you farmed. So now you're just super strong and you win like that. So it's like
yeah.
have you played chess?
I have. Yes, I know you like chess.
Yeah. I I've just recently started. I guess 1 year ago, but
Yeah,
I like it's very similar to League, and especially in the sense that in lower elo in chess, you can play the losers game, just like in League, where when you play a lower rated player, they will just blunder pieces. So if you just focus on putting your pieces at good squares and not blundering like your bishop at move 5 or something stupid like that, your opponent will eventually do that. So you just get free pieces. And then you just win because well, you're just up material. That's just a
you,
that's you can do the exact same thing in League.
that's exactly what I'm trying to do. But the problem is sometimes. Oh, so I think the first problem with that is that I don't know, maybe I'm wrong in this, and there is a way to do it, but I just don't think Echo is the champion for that because
Yeah, Echo it's
somehow
more tricky. You need to be more
I think
proactive.
yeah, because with Echo, yeah, exactly, and if you don't do anything, it's it's not as bad as Katarina, but it has the same vibe that like you're just useless,
Yeah,
unless you get like a 5-man W, it just so
you're
I think I wanted you to choose for me
mm,
a good, solid champion that can play the losers game until I get to a point where it's like, okay, you're plat. Okay, let's go.
yeah.
Um and
So
and actually I'm not really sure which champion that is.
you can still play Echo and play the losers game, but as you said, it's a little bit more awkward.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
bit more awkward because like his kit kind of revolves around him being proactive, like Eing,
exactly.
Wing, getting in there. While
Exactly.
Annie,
Yeah.
you can just play reactive. People run into
Yes.
you, you just press spells and they die. Um,
But yeah, do you think so? Like, I was thinking, like, for the losers game, I feel like Annie and Pantheon are like a super safe pick.
yeah, I mean Pantheon
Um,
is quite
it's
quite
not proactive
proactive.
again, is it? Oh,
Yeah, it's
Jesus.
very early game. Yeah, honestly, I would just like it comes down to what you think is fun too. Because if you think Echo is like so much fun, then you will be more likely to just like keep playing. And
Yeah, it's just so coin flip though. Like,
I
I
mean,
feel like
uh, it's
there's
still
a
about
Fat Tom Kench, with Frozen Heart and Thornbill. I mean, oh,
yeah,
Jesus.
but when you get to that point and you feel like you can't kill him, you've already like messed up a bunch of things. I can assure you.
Fine. Let's
So
go with the proactive route. Do you know what? Because I think I know how to play the losers game, right? It's not difficult. So if I focus on doing the proactive well, then if I feel like I'm low in confidence, I can just always play the losers game and default to that.
yeah, sure.
Um,
And I want you to play proactive with Echo, but like you still play the losers game. Like
Yes,
you're
balance,
very
balance.
it's very calculated aggression I want from you if you
Yes,
play Echo. So you're
yes,
not just goofy and flash in and just like, hey, I'm playing the winners game, I'm aggressive as fuck now and I'm playing Echo. Like I
yeah,
still want, like, we're focusing on waves, we are focusing on not doing goofy shit because that's essentially what gets you out of this rank. Not
sure.
being goofy because everybody's goofy around you. So if you're not goofy,
Yeah,
you're gonna win.
yeah.
Do you have any OBS recording? I assume you probably don't because
I don't, but is there not a way? Because I was thinking, can you not just find a VOD like online or
yeah,
something?
I can.
Yeah, I was just gonna say,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I wish I streamed. I used to once upon a time, but like, I will get good, then I will stream.
the
um, yeah,
I record my games, my solo queue games with the OBS because I can see it from my perspective. I can see where I have my cursor and stuff like that.
yeah. For our
Um,
next lesson, I'll do that.
yeah, that's
So,
cool
yeah,
because it
I
gives me
didn't know.
more information to work with, what you're doing with your micro
Yeah,
and stuff like that in game, and where you like your camera panning and all that shit.
yeah.
Just gives
It's
me
yeah, but we'll do it for next one. But I do play with an unlocked camera,
yeah.
which is all good.
Which game? Is there any particular game you would?
Okay, it's up to you. I think let's review an Echo game.
Let's look at
The
the recent Echo game. Why not?
Yeah, the latest one, yeah, the 13 minutes ago. I mean, that one was I would say, yeah, okay, I can learn some things, but that one was a fairly easy game, I felt like. But 9 deaths, so maybe we
Um,
can look at that one. I think if you scroll down, I think there are some better ones that I can learn from for sure.
okay,
Ones that I
410
lost.
game on Echo.
I can't see that on your screen.
It's sorry, I added in my client.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's right.
3-8. Yeah, this one. We can take a look at that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's look at that.
Looks like you got
Oh yes, that
some.
game. Yes, please look at that one. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, yes. Let's please. Oh, I have so much to say about that one.
Okay.
um. Yeah. It,
Let's see.
it's about learning, and it's about like being cool and calm and knowing what I'm doing. Because sometimes I get mentally overwhelmed with just how much I have to think about. And yeah, that's a good one. Um. Like
Okay.
I felt really bad because I lost lane to a pike, which is like just just so sad. Um.
Oh,
Um.
you played versus Pike. I see.
Because in my mind, I have tried Pike mid, and from what I understand, even just watching it in pro play, like Pike has no bait clip. So my initial idea when I went into the game, when I was on the loading screen, I always think like, okay, so what is my game plan here, right? And I was like, okay, so I'm gonna push, and then I'm gonna roam, and I'm
Yep.
gonna push, and I'm gonna roam, because you can't do anything. Like just push, roam, push, roam. But I think along the way, a lot of things happened.
Yeah.
Like I miscalculated Shen, which is like, okay, well that's just bad. And then I got like over aggressive, and then I got stunned under tower. I got hooked under tower, and like, and then again we come to this thing with Echo. Like it's not like Annie, where I understand my wave management, but I don't understand my wave management. Like with Pike, I was just like, right, I'll just push and roam, but it's not that easy, right? Like it bounces back, and then sometimes I don't manage it well, and then it like crashes into my tower. I lose CS, or I get frozen outside his tower, which is what you'll see happens, and then he
Yeah.
hooks me under tower, and it's just yeah.
Pike is like
So,
super aggressive. He usually just skips farm and then he just roams and tries to get
but
multi
that's the thing, he
kills.
didn't. I just lost because I was an idiot.
Yeah, I
And
bet.
it's just
I
about
mean,
yeah,
silver Pike, I guess.
yeah.
When I look at your runes, I see you go sorcery second. I would probably go inspiration and get the time warp tonic because you start corrupting potion. And
Okay, yeah. Let me fix that actually. The thing with Echo is that I only have one rune page, and actually that's not very good. Um, I should um I should
let's
fix
see.
that.
Oh wow, the most common is the pitch you're running actually.
Yeah, I just used the most
Interesting.
common one. Um,
Wow.
I
Okay,
mean,
I can't
with
believe that.
inspiration, I guess you probably like
I guess they
it's like
nerfed it
less scaly.
recently. Yeah,
Yeah, maybe.
I'll check what
But
the pros are
this is straight off
using.
US OP.gg.
So where are you getting your runes from?
I'll just search up like Echo runes. I don't go for the U.GG one. I usually go for like the
I like to
well, I
use
guess U.GG
I like to use Lolalytics and then Pro builds.
pro
So
builds. Yeah. So,
Lolalytics for the most common page, for
yes.
whatever champion and role, and I think it's Platinum Plus. And then
Yep.
Pro builds you can look at like a little bit more specific matchups and stuff like that, what they're running.
Yeah. It
Um,
seems like there's a one-trick pony that's running.
so let's
I mean,
see.
he's not really treasure hunter. I think he's running relentless.
Cosmic Insight. Just gonna check real quick here. Yeah, this
No, no,
guy
that's fine.
runs
Yeah, yeah.
Time Warp. I mean, I guess it's fine. Scout. Okay, he doesn't run it, but he runs Minion, the Materializer, which I think you should go. The
Yes.
cool thing about this one is you use it on the range creeps with Echo.
Yes, because pre-level 9, you
Yeah,
always have them at like 1 HP. Yeah,
because
yeah, that's a
it's
real
with
problem.
Echo is so OP when your Q starts to one-shot the range creeps, because you just Q the
Yeah,
wave,
and you
one-shots the
go.
range creeps, and then you can just tap the melees with the passive, and you're just so hard to deal with then because you just insta roam all the time.
Yeah,
But it's fine. Just something to think about, I think, with the
yeah.
rune choices. Okay, let's get into the game here. So, okay, what happened here? So right off the bat, I think you AFK'd. Yeah, look at this.
Uh, uh,
Can you still see? I heard a weird Discord noise. Are you here?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Good.
Okay. So yeah, you're late out of the base. Let's not be that. Let's not be late out of the base. Let's be uh, when the game starts, we need to play because we just walk mid here. We're not defending anything.
Okay.
So I want you to like we need to start taking the game a little bit seriously here. I feel like you're
Yeah.
just kind of doing something else, maybe alt tabbing, watching YouTube or something. Because this happens, and you could prevent this entire situation by coming out of the base immediately and standing here, and you would spot them, and then your
Yeah.
team would back. You could ping them
Yeah.
back. So just a little bit sloppy there.
Okay.
Okay, so we come to lane.
So straight off the bat here, I'm pushing. Like, I want to get level 2. I want to push him on the tower. I don't know if this is right. I
Mm,
don't play Pike very regularly. I don't know the matchup very well. This is just like some of my ideas.
okay. Oh, I like that trade.
Um,
I like that trade
Good
a lot.
trade.
Yep. I mean, I like pushing. Don't push too much though, so you're too close to his tower because then you can't utilize the level 2.
Yep.
Okay, early ward here. Not a fan of that ward. Um, Essentially, you pretty much knew that that the Kha'Zix started red,
Yep.
and then you know he will be farm pathing top a lot of the time,
Yep. Yep.
and then usually around 2:43 minutes he will be up
Yep.
here,
Yep.
um, depending on how many camps he took. So I
Yep.
think this ward is a little bit too early.
Yes. That
At
I
2 minutes,
understand, but that was just stupid. Like that's
yeah,
just autopilot.
yeah.
Like yeah.
So a lot of the mistakes we're gonna see will be autopilot. That's what I'm
Yeah.
expecting when I look at this rank.
Yeah.
So, and I just want to show you if we actually turn the vision on, you can see. Oh, he did it disconnect.
Maybe DC, who knows, eh? Who knows?
This is fucking hilarious, man.
But obviously 243.
Yeah,
I mean, I've had junglers like I don't know, not Evelyn, like some early junglers like Nunu or Warwick, like come gank me like really unexpectedly at 240. So sometimes that happens and I'm not prepared because I didn't check whether their bot lane leashed. I
yeah,
put an autopilot war too early. That happens. So
yeah.
I get it,
Um,
and I think I got ignited for some reason.
yeah. This is what I'm talking about. Like we look at one random game and the jungler DC. Like if I look at my games, this would probably happen like one time in 1,000 games. If I don't even think it would happen that frequently. So it's
Yeah.
you know
No.
people are just goofy as fuck here. Like bad settings, bad internet. Yeah, but it's about having or getting value from our spells, from everything, from our wards. Like this ward is just low value.
Right. So I think if I was thinking about this, I just want to double check whether this is correct. So if I
Yep.
wasn't autopiloting, let's say I'm playing with a bunch of girls or something.
Yep.
Um,
Correct. Go.
so is the correct word? So right. So let's say bot lane leashed. In this case, they did.
Yep.
So we say right. So Kha'Zix is going to come to topside, right? So we
Yep.
say I don't like. Obviously, I know the timing's 2:45, but I count it in terms of waves. So like between like the second and third wave, I would like maybe the third wave. I would then usually ward if I was going to ward topside at the gap between. You see, where my yeah. So the gap between our entry to our jungle. So that gap, that yeah,
Yeah. Here.
that bit.
Yep.
Yes, is that okay,
Yep.
or
I
is there a
like.
better position?
I would go. I would probably put the ward here. This is a very good ward.
Okay,
The
fine. Yeah, I
reason,
usually put
like,
it like at the
if you
gap.
put it
Yeah.
here, it's what we're accomplishing the same thing. Like this ward, we're controlling this area,
Yeah.
and we can also see like if he's doing crab or if he's walking around here. Like
Yes.
if he's coming here, we can see him earlier with this ward. With your
Yes.
ward, we might even miss that. So let's say you put a ward here, you would probably miss that. So he
And he could
could
just come in.
sneak around here now. You see? So
Yes.
this word is better.
That's
And
it. Right. I was just gonna say I do exactly the same on bot side. So not the entry to mine, but the entry to theirs. So on this ledge, like at the basically at the gap, like
yeah,
on the gap is where I
yeah,
usually put it.
yeah. I wouldn't put it at the gap.
So
Uh,
just put it at the same place on the
yeah,
other side.
probably
Yeah,
here. I mean,
fine. Okay, I need to fix that.
here could be fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that's why I put it as well. But let's try the gap. Let's
yeah.
default to the
I
mid-year
don't want to
habit.
get too nerdy with all these. Like these are pretty small details, and I bet like gameplay around here is usually quite major fundamental issues. So it's not going to be warding too much, but
Oh no, no, it's fine. It's good. It's a good habit to learn. You
yeah,
know, like at
yeah,
some point, I'm hopefully fingers crossed gonna get to like platinum. You know, it's good. It's good habits.
yeah.
Better build it now. But anyway,
So
Karen.
so when we want to ward, um, we want to ward when we get value out of it, and that's when
Yeah.
he's top side. So if he started bot side, he's gonna path top side, and at 2:30 earliest, that is level 3. That is 3 camps.
Right.
And then full clear is like 3:20 ish. Um,
Okay.
so around this time,
Yeah.
I would say 2:30 is a pretty good timing
Okay.
because then you get the maximum amount of value from your ward. Because anything pre 2:30, well, they're not going to be here if they're not cheesing like super hard and doing like one camp and then invading or whatever. So
Okay.
that's how you want to think about it. Um,
Just quickly as well, just on that. I know we're like really tunneling here, but I
yep,
want to know this because I think it's important for me.
yep,
Now, if you have prior, so let's say you want to bounce your wave, right? So you're like stacking, let's say,
yep.
or you're pushing, whatever, either one. Um, do you lose any control of that prio if you leave for like 2 seconds, put the water and come back? Or am I just being paranoid about that?
Um, I mean, you have prio when you can move first, and you can move first when you have more minions than them usually.
Fine, so it doesn't matter, I think.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay, carry
But yeah, let's keep going. Yes, I think you pushed a little bit too hard here because we hit level 2 and he's so close to tower, so we
Yeah,
can't
that's my
realistically trade.
problem. Yeah. So
So
I need to push slower.
yeah, so I want to teach you how
Yes.
to VOD review so you won't need me all the time. And the
Yeah.
way when I see this in my games and I VOD review, I would say, okay, fuck, this is an awkward position. Now I can't go even if I'm level 2. So I would reverse engineer, and then I would say, okay, how the fuck did I get in this position? And then I would go back, and then I would look like, okay, why is the wave pushing so hard? And then I look at this, and you're just autoing, right? Autoing. You're pushing. Q, you Q the wave, and then we Q again, and then we auto, you see? So ideally, 1-2 minions ahead. Now we're
Okay.
like 3 or 4 minions ahead. Just pushing
Yeah.
really hard. Here, oh, I like the trade. Oh, a mechanic on Echo.
This. Yeah, well, this I don't know why the ignite, but yeah, yeah. Like, um, so yeah, there's not much to say about this trade. The only thing that I would say is sometimes I get overconfident and I EQ cancel. So and then I miss my Q. So like that happens. So I think it's like good for me to remember to just play it like a noob. E first, then Q.
Yep,
Because
that
like
that's what I wanted to say. Oh,
like in later levels, maybe, but I think especially at the start, the amount of times I can't tell you when I miss my Q and I just die to minion attacks, like because there's no, that's
so
it.
but you know about the trick that you E and then you throw your
I
Q
do know
and
about that
then
trick, but I
yeah.
miss the Q a lot, so that's just practice. Like
Yeah, just
it's
practice. I mean,
yeah,
it's a pretty. If you E here and you're right here, realistically, you just hold your cursor here. Like, that's just practice.
yeah,
It should definitely be EQ and then auto. It's just faster. It's better.
yeah,
Practice that.
yes.
If it's too
But yeah,
complicated,
it's
then
just
we
the
go on Annie.
no, it's just the EQ. I miss.
This is
But
just
yeah, in this
this is
case,
slow. And now you get
yeah,
hooked. Like, if you did the other combo, you probably get the speed and you can juke the hook. And then you're almost full HP here. It's just so better, so much better.
yeah,
Okay, let's look at this. So we push here, push a little bit too hard. I think we.
yeah.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
That scene. So
think
it's like
think we eat a minion. Eat a minion. Q. Oh no, we didn't. Oh, he just
no,
ate.
it's just he stunned me and then he it's just yeah the positions of the minions just
Yeah.
because like so if you pause it before I went in here I was like so I've got so yeah if you pause it there
Yeah.
so I've got the Q on him
Yeah.
um again we come back to the same problem of yeah the wave is just stuck in a really bad spot and
Yeah.
actually I didn't realize that because all of this could have been prevented if I didn't auto in the first
Yeah.
place right like
This is
um
also like a matchup specific thing.
yeah and I just didn't
If you
understand
go on
because
him here,
yeah
he will E, and what happens? You get stuck in his E, stunned, and when you're stunned,
yeah
he's gonna hit the Q for free.
yeah
And you're yeah, as you said, your wave is so far forward, so you got hit by the tower as well, and you just lose.
yeah
So yeah, it's a big one there. I mean, push less. We push. Don't push as fast. Get more value out of your ward. Do the EQ correctly, and then be
yeah
careful when we trade with him specifically. Um, that's what I would say. Like,
yeah
it's too goofy to die this early on. We just lose control over the lane here, because
yeah
the thing is here, now the wave is fucked.
Yeah, I know. It's frozen outside his
When
tower.
you
Yeah,
when you recall now, your minions are gonna kill the entire wave, so you lose the
yeah,
entire wave. And
yeah.
early
It's
on, losing XP early on is like it's really
yeah.
bad. You get so far behind. Let's see. He does a pretty good job, I think. I's pushing a little bit too hard.
No, they don't understand wave management. It's,
Yeah. Okay, but you
I
come
just
back.
tried to push the wave out here because I was like, yeah, I need to push the wave out here. I can't let it freeze there.
You got boots. I think that's fine.
And then I try and like hover. Um, that's just this
Shen
wild
is here,
Shen that
level
walks by.
3. That's. You
I...
see what I'm talking about?
Okay, so this is a very good example, right? And let's stop
Yeah.
it here because I
Yep.
think there's something I want to talk about.
Yep.
Some of the most painful moments in League is when one of my biggest issues is getting baited either by a jungler starting a fight or a fight that's starting that I shouldn't go to anyway. And it's about knowing, having the instinct. Sometimes I get it right, sometimes I don't. It's like, you see this and you're thinking, right, should I go? Should I not go? Should I push? Should
Yeah.
I not push? It like obviously challenger players just look at this and go, yeah, level 4 Shen, yeah, what's the point of going? But like for me, sometimes I really struggle. I think like here, in this position, like, do I go on him? Is Shen gonna come? Do I just like push it? Like,
Yeah.
what do I
The
do?
reason is you say sometimes you get it right, sometimes you get it wrong. The reason is you're missing variables, or you're overvaluing certain variables and undervaluing others, such as
Yeah,
a challenger player would look at, oh, we're level 3, we can't miss XP, we can't miss minions, we're gonna get so far behind, like it's so important.
Yeah, to not. Okay, fine. So when you're in the early levels, try and minimize roaming if at all possible.
Yeah. Think of it like a pulley rope.
Yeah,
For a challenger player, on the side that's pulling them to stay, that is the minions. Losing early minions, they can't do that. So it's like really pulling them to lane. And on the other side is go and fight the Shen or
point flip.
whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And the thing is with if you go fight the Shen here, it's you don't really like
yeah.
you
Anything.
undervalue
Yeah.
the min how important it is to get the
So
minions.
if we go back, like, just go back, just go back. So I want your opinion on this. So if you go back, like in the time, so just back.
Yep.
I want to see. Yeah, yeah, here. Okay, so keep going. So here we go. So push. At this point, what would you do? Like, if you pause it here, what would you do? Like,
I
if you look at so bot lane's pushed up, top lane's
Mhm.
missing.
Yeah.
Do we just put a ward and then come back? I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so
Okay.
early into the game, so roaming is probably quite bad because we don't want to miss minions, as I said. So when we
Fine.
start to get to level 5, level 6, that's when we can start to look a little bit more.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
what I would do here is I would
Yeah.
want to make sure this wave is in. So if when I see Pyke here,
Uh,
when I see that he's walking up, I don't want him to freeze this.
freeze. Yeah.
The thing, it's risky for him to do this because if he's walking up, he's taking a bunch of creep damage. So I would make sure that the wave crashes fully. So I would probably stand here, and if he decides to walk up, I would just kill him because he can't do this. So you're kind of escorting the wave all the way into the tower.
So remember to escort your waves if you have
Yeah,
cryo.
I
In the
guess
rare case.
remember to make sure that the wave crashes. It's so important because if it doesn't crash and he can freeze it outside here, you're in a bad position because you can get ganked. You're overextended. You can't trade with him. You're too close to tower. Like it's just
I
a
do it all
shitty
the time to
position.
other people, so it's crazy that I don't do it. Like I don't understand the other side of it.
Yeah.
Okay, fine,
So let's
good.
see what happens. It's fine. He realizes he's taking too much damage. It's crashing. Yeah. So I like what I would probably just. I think it's fine to go up here. You pretty much have some time here before the next wave comes.
Mm,
Um, so it's pretty much just dead time. You can do whatever you want. You can ward. You can just if enemy jungler's there, you can try to fight it. But
yeah, it's just realistically. I mean, I see the Kazakhs come bots, and it's like there's nothing I can do. You know, like I would
yeah,
love
but
to help,
if
but
Kha'Zix is
honestly,
here, it takes too long.
too late.
I'm talking
Yeah,
about
it's
if
too
he's
late.
just right here and Rengar is
Yeah,
taking
yeah,
over.
yeah.
So we're
But
pretty much just waiting right now for the next wave.
yeah,
So I think
yeah.
so far I think it's fine. And
Okay.
here this is so good for you guys because he has now lost all the element of surprise. He has lost
Yeah.
that. So when he's leaving the lane this early on, level 3, this is so good for Kale. He's going to be so far behind.
But here's the thing, you see, I don't pull the trigger on that because I can't trust my Rengar to come and help me. Like, I know he's going to do
Yeah,
Scuttle, and actually,
yeah,
if Shen taunts me and Pike pulls me and stuns me and
yeah.
Ignite, like, you know, it's GG.
It's so
So,
bad to go on him here. Like
yes,
your
that's why
Echo, you're not gonna kill him. You're probably gonna do
exactly.
like even
Yeah,
half his HP.
that's why I didn't go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just lose
Uh,
all your mana and now
but-
you're useless. You lose
yeah,
all your agency. So
good. That's actually very good to learn. Yeah.
yeah, so you just like early game, especially on Echo, you pretty much when you get strong is when you hit that first item, the rocket belt.
Yeah.
That's when you get like now you can start to do stuff. You can roam. You can start to actually threaten like kill some people. But
Nice.
now you're just pretty much just playing the waves,
Yeah.
trying to farm up. So I like this. Very good. I all I would do now is probably ping. I would ping. They're here. Be careful, and then I would go back, go
Yeah.
back and
Yeah.
try to shove the wave, because we can't do anything. We can't really do anything here.
Here's a good thing is actually on Echo. I actually don't understand this. So you know how my wave crashed, right?
Yeah.
So the next one is going to bounce back.
Yep.
Do I just shove this cannon wave? Because actually, I'm not sure if I can shove it in time at level 3. You know, so
Yeah.
do do I just actually just be like, yeah, just let it come back? I don't actually know what I do here. I
Let
probably wasn't thinking about it, but
let
now
it
that
come
I
back.
look at it,
Yeah, as you
let it
said.
come back. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't shove it fast enough.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
we don't really want to shove early on because we can't do much. We can't really roam.
Yeah.
It's too
Exactly. If you
early.
can't roam, why are you shoving? Yeah. Yeah, good point.
And you lose too much
Crazy.
mana. You can't one-shot this wave. You need like 3 Qs, and at that point you have 0 mana. So pretty much early game,
So they bounce.
you're just kind of freezing, last hitting. That's what you're doing. You're not doing
Okay.
much,
Yeah.
and that's what I want you to do because doing what you do here, this is like here if a challenger player sees this, he's cringing because he's like,
Yeah.
what about the wave though?
Yeah.
Like he knows um we're going to be behind here if you don't find like a kill, and it's gonna be hard to
Yeah.
find a kill here.
But it's like this like Annie mindset, right? Like this is why I
Yeah,
make myself play Annie because you just wouldn't roam here with Annie, you know? Like level 3 with like an EW and a
yeah,
Q, you just wouldn't, would you?
but
Like yeah.
yeah,
Anyway, but and Echo's the same idea. Yeah.
yeah. This is typical Silver though because they disrespect the fundamentals, and the
Yeah.
fundamentals is like League is a racing game, and it's about you want to get as big as possible, or you want to get as big as you can, as fast as you can,
Yeah.
and you get so much from minion. Like that's your reliable way to get ahead.
Yeah.
So this is
Okay.
where you get the, and especially early XP. It's worth so much, like nothing else. Even if, let's say you kill Shen here, you probably go plus minus 0.
Yeah.
You like because you lose if you lose the wave and you kill Shen, you have to recall. Like you
Yeah.
don't win on that. You probably lose on that. It's probably worse for you. So stay. Waves, fundamentals, that is what we want to do early on.
Okay.
So here this is goofy. This is goofy. Let's get back. Let's get back to our wave. Okay. Okay, we get back. We missed some gold. Oh, we missed XP. You see, I'm cringing here when we miss. So this dies. I think XP range is. Are you familiar with XP range? It's like here, I would say.
Yeah, I don't really know XP range. You know, like I
Yeah.
know you have to be in somewhat of a range,
Yeah.
because I've seen it like esports where they like get zoned so badly that they
Yeah.
can't get XP. But I don't actually know what the range ish
I
is.
don't know it exactly, but
Yeah.
but you kind of learn. The intuition tells me that it's here, somewhere
Okay,
here.
that's pretty close. Yeah, that's actually pretty close.
I would say somewhere here. It's like a circle, somewhere
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
So you need to be here to get the early XP. Like it's worth so much. Especially
yeah.
melees are worth more than ranged, by the way.
Mm.
More gold, more XP.
Okay.
So yeah, we want to be here. Like this is so bad. We're level 3 and we're missing XP. And for what? What are we gaining over here?
Yeah.
Like I think it's fine for you to walk down here, but you just stay too long. You just
Too
linger
long.
too
Yeah, yeah,
long.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like we
Okay.
push in, this is fine. Now we have a window, we can do something, maybe go ward. But look,
And
you
now
you
back.
linger too long, you had to go back, you see? So much time wasted. Now we lose this, we lose that, we lose this. You see, we're not in XP range here.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't walk up, but like typically there wouldn't be a Shen just casually strolling through my
Yeah,
lane, you know.
that
So like, but
that's
in a
true.
normal case, yes, I understand. Yeah, just don't
That
be an
is true.
idiot.
But you
Uh,
could be further up here for sure.
yeah, yeah.
Like you could probably be here. What are you scared? You're scared about Pike Q or Pike
Like
E?
EQ,
But
yeah,
you have
Shen
your E.
taunt.
So if you can E Pike Q, you're fine.
Yeah,
Shen taunt, the range is like this. We can easily be up here.
you know what? I give top laners so much respect, man. Like I'm terrified of top lane champions. They're just, oh. But anyway, look, he goes. I carry on.
Yeah, I mean we just need to understand what is he gonna do. Like the threatening ability here is taunt,
Taunt, yeah,
and the range
taunt.
is about this.
Yeah,
Whatever. So you're just giving him too much credit here. You're like
yeah,
so far back.
yeah,
Alright, so let's get back. Oh, we don't want to lose this. Oh, we lost it.
yeah. I tried. I
Cannon
tried.
is half the wave in gold. So, really want to get the cannons. So already, like we're 4 minutes into the game. We've already lost we lost the cannon there. We lost like 3 melee XP
Mm,
for no
mm.
reason, and we've died to Pike. Like, so if this is chess, on move 4 you blundered your bishop basically, or your knight. That's what
Yeah.
you've done. You need to, if you think about it that way, it's, I think it tells you how bad it is.
Yeah.
So, uh, again, it's too far, man. It's just too far. It's too early and it's too far. You need to
Yeah.
value the wave. The wave early
I
on.
think yeah. Now I definitely know to value the wave. Yeah, yeah. I think sometimes I just like
You see? We're losing
yeah,
XP, gold XP, gold XP, gold XP. We're just flipping a roam here. Oh, this is.
yeah. I just yeah. This just and then I
Yeah,
think I die here. I die here. I actually die
yeah,
here. Yeah, yeah. So it's like
yeah.
yeah. I
Thi-
guess it's just like this
this is
idea of
like
like I'm
blundering.
trying.
This is pretty much like blundering your queen.
Yeah. But it's just like
Ah,
yeah. I don't
like,
know
so
what I'm
you
doing.
see? Do you see this?
Yeah, but like I'm caught. Like I just don't know what I'm doing. Like you know what I mean? And like
Yeah.
most games, this happens. But actually, if I have like a gravity field, like in my mind, saying like minions XP, then the game becomes so much easier to
Yeah.
play, right? So
The I see this all the time in this range, and that is they think this is Call of Duty. Like, people think this is Call of Duty deathmatch. Like, on this side of the map, oh, there's maybe a kill. I need to go here.
yeah,
I
yeah,
need to go here, and you're just dismissing the wave. No, it's not Call of Duty deathmatch. It's fucking
yeah,
chess. We need this wave. It's like, yeah, it's a racing game. It's like Mario Kart.
yeah.
It's Mario Kart in the sense that you want to farming, you want to get ahead. That's how you progress in the race. So farming gets us ahead. Minion reliably. This is just a flip. Like, we get, if we kill this, it's just so much better than having an assist here.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
just, it's the problem is you're not really understanding the value in, like, how good this is.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Okay.
So this is what I'm talking about. We're not doing the fundamentals here. We're just being goofy now. We're just running around. So early on, just stay, take all the waves, get the experience, get big, and
Looking
then
back, this is so stupid. But like during the game, this was like a proper like stressful moment for me. But actually, the decision here is just so simple. It's just
yeah,
literally just
it's
stay.
so
Like
simple. Yeah, it's so simple.
yeah,
Like, don't overthink this. This is just stay, take the wave. Like, you're
yeah,
already so far behind
yeah, yeah, yeah,
at
yeah.
this point.
Okay.
Okay, let's see what happens. we we help him with it. Like, you're so far behind. It hurts me watching this.
Well, we'll see. There should be an improvement next week, hopefully.
Yeah,
Because I swear, if I do this again, you won't coach me again. I'm 100% sure of it.
yeah. Like, when I'm away from the wave this early on, it feels like I'm drowning.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So
Yeah.
when I go back and get the XP, I'm like, ah, I can breathe again.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So when you leave, I'm like, I'm like holding my breath.
Yeah.
And then you waste all this time, and I'm dying.
Yeah. Yeah.
We need, like, this is how we get big.
Yeah.
So you
Got
get
it.
so far behind here. Okay, we finally here. We're doing some trades. I like it. I don't really care
Um,
too much about the mechanics, to be honest. Like, what will get you out of silver immediately, and you will see immediate improvements from just getting
yeah.
the wave.
It's the way. Yeah.
That is just the fundamentals of the game.
Um,
Okay, we're roaming again.
no, I think I was like, yeah, I've got a
Okay.
recall timer. I'll
Yeah.
just hover just in case, and then I'll go
Uh,
back. Like I push
what?
away. It's the
Once
recall
again,
timer,
it's the efficiency though. Like, we take this. If you can
and then
recall,
just
you recall
recall.
now.
Yeah.
You recall now.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So because so every second you waste is a second you're AFK. So imagine you recalled now. Okay.
Mm,
And now let's look at what you do. You're AFK. Okay, let's go back. I want you to really see this. Okay, we clear. We take it. Okay, we recall now. Or probably a little bit earlier even. So we recall. One,
two.
two. We're AFK here. Imagine you're
Three.
being AFK in base. That's what we're doing here. AFK. How many seconds was that? Was that 10 seconds?
I think that was 10 seconds. Yeah.
So you probably didn't think about it, but 10 seconds here, like this really adds up.
Yeah.
So if you add that like 10, 15 times, you're AFK for like minutes. You're here AFK for minutes. And when you think about it that way, it's really bad, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of this rank is just fundamentals. We get the wave. We're efficient. We push in. We back immediately. We don't want to waste time.
Yeah.
Remember, it's a racing game. It's Mario Kart. We're not. We're not. If we stop, well, people will bypass us, right?
Overtake. Yeah. 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 And actually, like, I think there's 2 points to make about this. Number one, these are not difficult mistakes to fix, so that's like really good news. Um, and
Yeah.
secondly, um, it like gives me a better mindset on like why I'm so weak when I come to mid game.
Yeah.
I just think, why don't I do any damage? Well, that's why.
Yeah. That
Um,
this is why. Like imagine because you said Tom Ken should have frozen heart, or it's so hard to play Echo into him. Well, of course. if you if you're this weak,
yeah,
if you do
yeah,
no
yeah,
damage. So it's
yeah,
not really about and when you say that like oh it's so hard to play against Tam Kench and Nasus when I'm Echo I don't deal any damage. When I hear you say that I'm like well it's probably because you just fucked up a bunch of fundamentals so you're weak as fuck.
yeah,
It's not
yeah.
it's less about the matchup or the champion
And
itself.
it's so mad because obviously some games I prioritize the wave subconsciously, and then I think,
Yeah.
why is my echoes like one-shotting people for no reason? And it's like, oh, that's why.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. No, no, that's really cool. That's actually giving me so much more confidence in play Echo now because it's literally just like,
Yeah,
yeah, I can
and
fix this.
like a lot of things just fall into your lap when you play the fundamentals correctly because you get
Yeah,
strong,
yeah,
and when you're strong it's so easy. Like there's so
yeah,
many decisions that are correct. Like you could do this, you can do that, you can like do
yeah.
some real goofy shit, and you probably still kill him because you're ahead.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's hard to play when you're behind. Okay, we push in. We don't push in everything. Okay, fine. Let's push in.
Yeah, that's why I take minion DMAT, by the way. I
Yeah,
that's all. Yeah, and then escort the wave in. Don't just let him freeze. I mean,
yeah.
he's not really.
Okay, now it's fine. It's you need to think about this. You pushed in here, but it took a lot of time, so the next wave is already here. So
Yeah.
a cool way, it's a bit advanced, but to be honest, I used to think this is advanced, but I think it's pretty basic.
No, no, no. I want to learn.
The
I want to learn it.
the wave here, the waves are
Yeah,
mirrored. So
yeah.
when you see your wave here, that
Hmm.
means their wave is also between the two towers here.
Hmm.
So if we turn on the all, you see? So they're
Yeah.
mirrored. So you look at your wave and then you can see, oh, then their next wave is mirrored to my next wave. So you see
Hmm.
that it's pretty close. So you don't have that much time to play with here when you're roaming. So you're roaming here, but the next wave's already here. So
What what are we thinking about the Drake here? Like, do we just say let Ranga coin flip it, or like in case Kha'Zix
I
is there,
I think
or
it's
do I like again? Is it just minions first over Drake?
it depends.
I
I
don't know.
would say in your
Mm,
case, honestly, minions first.
yeah.
Um, I don't really. You don't need to care too much about your teammates here. Just get yourself big, and then you will be so big you just carry them anyway.
Okay. Yeah. I
But
like that mindset. Yeah.
here, I mean, I guess you don't have a ward here, but you could put a ward here, and then you could see Kha'Zix walk in here because
Yeah.
this entrance is warded.
Yeah.
It's a good Drake call by Rengar because bot lane has priority.
Pushing.
If their
That's my
bot lane was
thought point.
pushing in or were pushing in, they could just move, and then this would be super risky.
Yeah. This is one of those rare games where the Drake was just like there. Normally, it's fairly badly contested.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway.
Okay. So I mean, we just you're helping him here, but it's not. You're gimping yourself.
Yeah.
You're gimping yourself. Just be. He doesn't need help. He doesn't need your
Yep.
help here.
Yep.
So it's just inefficient. It's
Yep.
an it's an inefficient way of spending your time. You should be here. You should be
on.
shoving this wave under. See, we miss creeps again. This should hurt
Yeah.
you. Like this, like we're drowning again.
But if you look, yeah, see, this is what I mean, right? Like, if I wasn't there, I wouldn't literally, I wouldn't even die.
What even
Like,
happened? I think Shen ulted.
no, no, they just collapsed. Yeah, yeah, they just collapsed. Shen, Pike, yeah, everybody.
Wow, this was pretty impressive. Was this warded? Let's see. Let's find out here actually. Oh yeah, they had a ward here. So
Oh,
to be honest, you walk past here. You could probably use this if you
yeah,
wanted to help.
yeah, yeah,
If you wanted to help, you could probably use the scrying orb
yeah.
because what fucks him is if they have vision here, then they can then they will go.
So I'll write down vision on Drake.
Yeah,
Is probably the only thing I need to worry about, not trying to kill it as quickly as possible.
yeah, but like
Um,
once again, this one is it's pretty um I don't think it will make too much difference. Like it's pretty. I would just focus on, for now, the
wave,
waves. Like don't
wave, yeah,
fucking leave the waves early on. That's what's really fucking you over.
yeah.
But
Okay, fine.
like take a mental note of these things. But don't like this is not what was losing you the game.
Yeah, it's fine.
Like once again we're leaving.
Yeah,
Like in a way, if I'm mid lane here and I'm pushing this wave in, and he dies at Drake, I'm like, well, it's not that bad because I got the wave. So in a way, we traded. We kind of
yeah.
traded in a way. You need to be a little bit careful about that though, so you're not. Obviously, it's not that black and white, so you can be like super selfish and just
No,
let your
no.
team die every single time. But right now, you're definitely not selfish. Okay, I mean, it's kind of end of review to be honest.
Yep.
And with end of review, I mean like we've already. If you play chess again, if you play chess and you blundered your queen on like move 10, like
It's
you could
yeah.
keep reviewing the game, but you,
But it's like
like
GG.
yeah, of course we're gonna lose or whatever. I guess you won this game, but of course it's not really. You're in an unrealistic position. Like let's focus on not blundering the queen
Yeah.
next game.
But it's like it's a horrible feeling because I don't care if I win. That's not my point. I didn't get coaching to get to gold. I get coaching because I felt so weak. You know, I felt like look at
Yeah.
this. I can't 1v1 it. Like it's
Yeah,
horrible. It's a horrible feeling.
but you
It's
try.
like I should be one-shotting him now. You know, and I
Yeah.
have to ult. It's like
Yeah, but
dude,
you.
uh,
Okay, so the reason you're weak is because
yeah, the wave. Yeah,
the
exactly.
strength of a champion comes from items and it comes from stats. Okay, this it comes from stats. So AD,
Mm,
your AD, your AP, your health, right? And the
yeah,
way you get stats is items. Items gives you stats, and it gives you like um, passives or like active effects. So items gives you stats, and XP gives you stats. XP gives you a lot of stats. When you level up from 7 to 8, you get increased AD, you get increased health, AP, movement speed maybe. It's probably not for all the champions, but do you see what I mean? You like they
yeah,
buff your armor, your magic resist. They buff everything. That's why XP is so huge. So XP gives you stats, makes you stronger. That's why we want to get the creeps. Gives us
yeah,
XP. And the gold allows us to buy items, which buffs our stats
yeah,
and gives us other stuff. Like Hourglass, for example. It's not a stat
yeah.
going invulnerable, but it's
No, no.
really useful.
No,
So
I
the
think like
so what?
honestly, I don't want to carry. Yeah, I don't want to carry on with this review because like that's already enough to learn.
Yeah.
Just literally one.
What you're doing now, you're like a boxer who is trying to fight people when he hasn't exercised at all and he's like super skinny, he's not even eating. Like you're pretty much just showing up
Yeah,
to a boxing fight and you're like super skinny. You haven't even exercised. You haven't you
yeah.
haven't done anything and you're like, why am I so fucking weak?
But this is so good because now I can like VOD review, and then when I see you next week, like we can talk about a different aspect, right? Like, and then at
Yeah.
least we don't have to think about not staying for the wave. Like that's fixed. So yeah,
Yeah.
once a week or twice a week.
Yeah.
I want to say like okay, so the next 20 ranked games I play until I next see you, I'm going to make sure that I prioritize the wave. So at least there's just at least if it's just one thing that I do differently, then at
Yeah.
least like I've gained something, you know?
Yeah. So the important part is the fundamentals. The fundamentals is the wave. Getting
Yeah,
farm XP. Don't goof around too much. Like there's a fight, but you need to think about like, hey, if I leave, well, I miss a bunch of XP. Is it
yeah,
worth it? Or is it really close? Is like if the fight is really close and they're like low HP, it's a close fight, then it could be worth it because you can get back fast to your lane and get the XP from the minions again.
yeah,
But I saw you rotated to the Kale fight. She was like they were fighting like top lane. It was a long way to go, and you haven't even shoved out the wave.
yeah,
So when you haven't shoved the wave in, the minions are fighting each other, so they're dying. The reason you want to shove in and then move is because there's no minions for you to gain in the mid lane anymore. You're not losing
see, yeah,
minions when you're
yeah,
leaving.
yeah,
So always like you want to be mid lane to get the minions, and when you push in and there's no minions there, you can move. You unlock a timing to move.
okay, okay, fine.
Um,
That is perfect.
I
Just one quick thing before we go.
yeah, I
I
mean we
want
have
your
5 minutes here, so
just your take on itemization. Like, so obviously it doesn't matter too much in the grand scheme of fundamentals,
yeah,
but um, Leandris versus Ludens. Just correct me if I'm wrong. Everfrost, I think, is very obvious what it does.
yeah,
But am I right in saying if there is a lot of tanks, we want to generally build Leandris, and if
yeah,
it's like a one-shottable team, then just go Ludens.
yeah,
Fine.
correct. So Leandro is tank killer. It's percentage health killer, so it's like a dot.
Yeah,
So extended fights versus tanks, it will deal more damage than
let's
Ludens.
go for the
Ludens more
Leandris.
bursty. So
Yeah.
squishier champs, you can just burst them. So yeah,
And if I stay on Echo and Annie, you are happy.
yeah,
Cool.
um, yeah,
No, it's
and
perfect.
yeah. So the I will actually link you a video from. Do you know Coach Curtis?
Yes, the Australian guy.
Yeah, I really like him,
That's why I got
and
Losers Game from.
yeah, and I think have you seen Nice as well? He's a great low elo coach.
Yeah, I've heard his name on YouTube. NEACE. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yes.
but there's a video from Coach Curtis where he basically shows the losers game. He's playing in like bronze or whatever, and he's playing Annie, and he has a rule for himself, and that is to never flash aggressively, and just like no advanced stuff at all. He's just catching waves, just using everything reactively, pretty much. Like people run into him, then he can use spells.
Yep.
And it's funny because just gets super fed. Like that's all that it takes. Like I
Do you know
can't.
what? I watched that video, but I put so much emphasis on playing safe because I don't think he emphasized it's the wave that's doing the difference here, not the
Yeah,
fact that I'm playing safe. So, but you framed it in like I think a better way, which is like the wave is what matters.
yeah,
Um,
yes. Like the wave,
yes,
where it's you get the wave, and then you will be strong if you get the wave. Like you don't need to kill them.
yeah,
Like the silver, gold, whatever. They need to understand this. The waves, the jungle camps. Like you can play Master Yi jungle and just kill the camps and never interact with the enemy jungle, and you will be huge.
but that's what I mean. Like, I play this Echo, I roam everywhere, and then suddenly there's a Master Yi that I didn't realize was in the game. It's like quadra killing, and I'm like, hey, what is this? And
Yeah,
then okay, because the farm, right, and the
yeah.
XP. So,
So
and
when
then
you
you look and you're like, we're 2 levels down. Well,
yeah.
GG.
So when we looked at your game here now, just a random
Yep.
game, we
Yeah.
saw you just missed so many waves because you were inefficient. You were leaving the lane. You were going doing goofy stuff. If you played versus a mid laner that he didn't even trade with you once. He didn't join those fights, and he just stayed in the lane and farmed. At 50 minutes, he would be so far ahead of you. He would be like 2, 3 levels ahead of you. maybe even 4 levels, just from farming, and he would be so huge you couldn't do shit. Like he could, he could kill you so easily and just carry the game.
Perfect.
So yeah,
That's so helpful.
yeah.
Can I ask you when you're free next week? Because you are like the best coach I've had ever.
That's
Because
really nice to hear. Thank you.
like you explain, like you have a gift for explaining things really well. I don't know if you realize this, but like it makes sense, you know. Like sometimes coaches tell you something, you're like, oh, okay,
Yeah,
but like this one is like it's so obvious, you know. It's so easy.